In this video, we are going to be recognising the place value of 4-digit numbers. So here I have a place value grid to help me. I've got the number 5,249. So that means I've got 5 thousands in this number, 2 hundreds, 4 tens and 9 ones. So what is the value of the 5? Well, we know it's in the thousands column and there are 5 of them. So that number there, if you were to look at it on its own, the value of it would be 5,000. What is the value of the 2? Well, I know it's in the hundreds column, and if I was to look at this number on its own, it would be worth 200. The 4, I know it's in the tens column. 4 tens, well, I know that that would be worth 40 on its own. And finally, in the ones column, the 9 is simply worth 9 on its own. Okay, here I've got another example. I've got 4,012. In the thousands column, what is the number worth? Well, it is worth 4,000. In the hundreds, it's a 0. So that means that there is no value to that number. There are no hundreds there. So it's just 0. The hundreds aren't worth anything in this number. I've got 110, which is worth 10, and 2 ones. 4,000, no 100, 110, and 2 ones. Okay, I wonder if you can try having a look at these 3 numbers and writing down what the place value of each number is. You may want to pause the video now and have a go. Let's see what you got then. So looking at this number here, 1,580, well, I've got 1,000, 5 hundreds, 8 tens, so that's worth 80, and I haven't got any ones, so that's worth 0. Having a look at this number then, 8,282. How many thousands have I got? I've got 8,000, 2 hundreds, 8 tens, so that's worth 80, and 2 ones. And finally this number over here, 6,015. I've got 6 thousands, no hundreds, 110, and 5 ones. Hopefully you got on with that okay. Right, now we're going to be looking at the values of the underlying digits in these numbers. So the question is asking me what are the values of the underlying digits. In my first number, I've got 889. Now, if I was to label my columns into hundreds, tens, and ones, I know I've got 8 hundreds, 8 tens, and 9 ones. So the value of this number is 80. Having a look at this one then, 442. You can label up your columns if it helps you. I've got 4 hundreds, 4 tens, 2 ones. So the value of this underlying digit is 400. Okay, 829. 8 hundreds, 2 tens, 9 ones. So the value of my ones column is 9. 1101. Well, if you're going to label up your columns, don't forget we've got an extra number, so it's thousands, hundreds, tens and ones in this case. 1100, no tens, and just one on its own. 7071. Well, I know I've got 7 thousands. 3121, 3100, 2 tens and 1 1. So the value of this underlined digit is 100. Okay. Here I've got some examples for you to try, so you may want to pause the video now and have a go. Let's see what you got then. Okay, 821, the value of the 2 in this number is 20. 507, the value of the 5 is 500. 934, the value of the 4 is just 4 on its own. 6905, the value of the 5 is 5. 4244, the value of the 4 is 4000 in this number. And finally, 8711, the value of the 7 in this number is 700s. Okay, now I've been asked to circle the digit that is equivalent to the written amount. So, in this number 8050, I've been asked to circle 50. Which number represents 50? Well, if I label up my columns to help me, I've got 8 thousands, so that's not going to be worth 50. 0 hundreds, 5 tens and 0 ones. Now I know that 5 tens are 50, so the 5 in this number is going to be worth 50. Okay, 1930. Here I've been asked to find the number that represents 30. Well, 1930. Well, in my tens column, I've got 3 tens, which equal 30. So that's going to be the 3. Here, I'm looking for the number that represents 20. 2222. I've got 2 thousands, 2 hundreds, 2 tens and 2 ones. So yes, it's going to be this number here in my tens column. And finally, 6,690. Now that's quite an easy one because it tells me it's 600s, so I'm going to have to look straight away in my hundreds column, and this 6 there represents 600. Here are some examples for you to try, so you may want to pause the video and have a go now. Let's see what you've got then. So, 7,075. You're looking for the number 70. So we've got 7 thousands, 0 hundreds, 7 tens and 5 ones. So hopefully you recognise that this 7 here in the tens is worth 70. This number here then, 8,081. We're looking for 80 this time. And it's going to be the 8 in my tens column that's worth 80. 800 this time, 8,887. Well, in my hundreds column, it's going to be the 8 just there. And finally, 300 in 2,379, it's going to be the 3 that's worth 300